Pierce, I've always been fascinated when actors go on airplanes, how you're kind of trapped in a plane. Have you ever been on a plane when you have the seatmate from hell next to you, the guy who's going, "Hey, Pierce Brosnan, James Bond, martini, shaken, not stirred"? I mean, have you ever had to deal with that on an airplane?
No. No, I haven't. I haven't, but I've dealt with it. You did it really well, but I have dealt with it, and you do deal with it. You learn to deal with it.
Well, say you go into a bar, do you have people automatically doing that kind of thing? Like ordering drinks for you? I mean, do you...
Yeah, sure. You know, you walk up to the bar and the bartender says, martini, shaken, not stirred, I guess. You know, and you say no. Give me a beer. Sometimes I say yes, but he's an interesting character to live with.
Well, turning to this movie, I was watching the behind-the-scenes footage of the dance number, and just, really sexy move. And at one point, you kind of bump one of the extras, and she kind of goes off screen. Now, do people always expect you to be suave at every moment, that you're always going to do the right thing, that you're never going to have a piece of,
lettuce?
Exactly.
Yes. No, no. If you followed me around, it would be a comedy. It's good. It takes a lot of preparation to be this suave and sophisticated and cool and debonair. It just does. I guess so. People have a funny old perception of me. I suppose they think I'm that, but in real life I'm not. I suppose there's something of it that's kind of ingrained in some way. It is me. It's me kind of pretending to be a bigger version of me in these roles. It's kind of acting, but it's kind of acting. Really intelligent conversation, real kind of in-depth stuff. A good answer, Pierce.
Okay. Well, I'm Canadian. The first time I came to the States, to Los Angeles, I was just hit by all the Hollywood thing that I've seen all my life in the movies. When you first came to LA, now, how intimidated were you those first weeks? I mean, did you feel at home right away, or did the whole aura of the town kind of scare you?
No, I felt at home right away. I suppose I dreamt about it in some respects. I'd kind of wished it in many. But I came here and I felt lucky, and I was lucky as an actor, because my career at that point in London was good. It was healthy. I was doing a lot of West End plays, and for a guy who was 26, I think I was 26 at that time, it was cool. And I was beginning to do BBC productions, but I was either going to be playing mix, or Americans, Paddies. And I came here and suddenly I could be anybody I wanted to be and sound any way I wanted to sound. So I felt a great freedom here and got very lucky, got Remington Steele.
A question about two scenes in the movie that really impressed me. The scene on the boat. Now, when I saw the wide shot, I thought, oh, stunt man. When it zoomed in, and it's actually you on the boat. Now, what was going through your mind through some of those scenes?
Nothing. Absolute nothing. Sheer terror. Just try and look as if you know what you're doing. Just act well, my dear boy. Act well. And I hope the helicopter knows what it's doing. Because it was nothing. It's an action sequence. It's like 2 seconds, a pop here, a pop there, and you kind of assume the attitude. And I'd been out sailing, and I'd kind of done a bit of homework on it. But it's really you're in a situation which is a dangerous situation, because you've got a 45-foot catamaran, you're out in a rig, and you're cracking through the water, and you've got a helicopter above, which are doing shots, and you've got people shouting, "This is the angle we're going to go for," and a helicopter comes right down at you, and you're gunning it through the water. So your mind is not, you do nothing. There's no acting required, in other words.
A very quick last question. The love
Very
scene,
quick.
everyone's talking about it.
Yes.
Are there ever moments during doing a scene like that it seems surreal, that you look up and you see a guy on a ladder, eating a sandwich, just watching the whole thing?
Oh, it's good. It's so good. Yes. Yes, of course. I mean, it was ridiculous. I mean, McTiernan, he's an action director. So you do scenes in the action sex scenes. It's not just kind of lovey-dovey and kiss and smooching up against the wall and down. He had us on these big pizza platters. Seriously. The scene where I push her across the desk, not that I couldn't do it myself, I'm a buffed guy. But McTiernan had us on this big pizza platter. So we had two lovely lasses, ADs, trainees, dressed as commandos because they couldn't be seen. So on action, Renee got up there and assumed the position, and I took this, I flexed the old muscles and a lot of spritz, and you push them in. Cut, go again. And you're in little G-strings. So that's the silly side of it. That's some of the behind the scenes, and you go again, and you go again. Sometimes you don't. Goodbye.
I think, yeah, there was a way. Thank you.